Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're jumping right into something that gets people really fired up. You know, one of those debates that never seems to end, what we actually choose to eat.
Absolutely. It's way more than just food, isn't it? It's health, it's taste, ethics, even the planet.
Exactly. And for this deep dive, we're doing something a bit different. We're looking at this through the lens of an AI-generated debate. It's from Tastios, called Plant-Based versus Meat, the Great Diet Debate.
Right, so imagine these two AI personalities, basically programmed with all the arguments for each side, sort of battling it out.
Yeah, you've got Vega, the plant-based powerhouse,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's Carnix, the meat-loving maverick. They really nail the core points you always hear.
They do. They embody those perspectives really well.
So our goal today, for you listening, is to kind of pull apart these arguments. We want to get to the key takeaways, help you understand the main points and counterpoints in this big food fight. Okay, let's get into it.
Sounds good.
So where do we even begin with food choices? I mean, for a lot of people, it starts with fuel, right? Nutrition.
Yeah, it's usually ground zero.
So let's kick off with round one, nutrition. What actually fuels us best?
Okay, so Vega, the plant-based AI, immediately goes for the health angle. The argument is a whole food plant-based diet lowers cholesterol, cuts down heart disease risk, plus it's packed with antioxidants, fiber, all that good stuff.
Right.
The main message is pretty clear. No animal needed. Very health-focused from the start.
But Carnix, the meat lover, jumps right back in, yeah.
Oh, immediately. Carnix asks that classic question. Where do you get your B12?
Ah, yes. The B12 question.
Exactly. Vital nutrient, mainly in animal products. You need it for nerves, energy. And then Carnix pushes the complete protein idea,
Right.
meaning animal protein has all 9 essential amino acids, the ones our bodies can't make.
Okay.
The argument being, for strength, recovery, resilience, meat gives you that complete package, supposedly.
But Vega must have a comeback for that protein point.
Oh, definitely. Vega lists specific plant sources, chickpeas, quinoa, tofu, lentils, points out they have significant protein and, crucially, 0 cholesterol.
So showing you can get protein from plants and without the cholesterol.
Precisely.
And then Carnix has that really punchy line.
Ah, yeah. Tofu is soft. I need steak that bites back.
It's memorable. It speaks to something visceral, doesn't it? Beyond just the nutrients.
It really does. And, what's fascinating here when you step back is how they both define complete nutrition differently.
Also?
Well, Carnix focuses on getting all those amino acids easily from one source. Very efficient, maybe.
Right.
While Vega highlights the other things, plants offer fiber, antioxidants, and what they don't have, like that cholesterol.
Right.
So the real takeaway isn't that one is definitively better in some simple way. It's that you need to think about the whole picture. Both sides raise valid points about things your body absolutely needs. It kind of forces you to consider what your priorities are.
That makes sense. Okay, so we've covered the nuts and bolts of nutrition, the fuel aspect, but let's be real. A huge part of eating is just enjoyment, pleasure.
Oh, absolutely. Maybe the biggest part for many.
Which brings us nicely to round two, taste and texture. The whole sensory experience.
And Carnix really leans into this. Their argument is basically, you can't fake the crunch of fried chicken or the buttery sear of a ribeye. Carnix calls it the primal sizzle, even flavor evolution. It's tapping into something deep-seated, maybe even evolutionary tradition, memory.
But Vega pushes back on that too, right? With innovation.
Yeah, Vega talks about culinary creativity, turning humble plants into gourmet magic.
Like what?
Gives examples like oyster mushroom, pulled pork, or jackfruit carnitas.
Okay, I've heard of those.
And Vega claims texture is chemistry, suggesting that with skill, you can recreate or even invent amazing textures from plants.
Interesting angle. Texture is chemistry.
It is. And this leads to a pretty sharp exchange between them.
Oh, yeah.
Carnix basically says Vega's plant magic just uses seasonings to try and taste like meat, like it's imitation.
Right. Just to taste like me was the line, implying plants are bland on their own.
Exactly, but then Vega fires back.
What's the retort?
Vega suggests Carnix is afraid. Plants taste better without hiding behind fat.
Ooh, that's pointed, calling them afraid.
It really is. It makes it personal. It suggests the attachment to meat isn't just taste, but maybe fear of the unknown or fear of being wrong.
So what does that tell us, this whole taste round?
I think it shows how much taste is tied up with our expectations, our culture, what we're used to, versus maybe being open to new things. That sharp exchange, calling someone afraid, it reveals the emotional stakes. It's not just about flavor profiles anymore.
It becomes about identity.
Yeah, identity, tradition, maybe even a bit of defensiveness about challenging those deeply ingrained preferences. It's not just what's on the plate, it's what the plate represents.
Okay, so we've gone from the body's fuel to the senses, nutrition, then taste. But the conversation around food these days, it goes much wider, doesn't it? It's about the planet, ethics.
Absolutely. That's become a huge part of the discussion, the bigger picture.
So let's move into round 3, environment and ethics, the global plate.
Yep.
This is where things get really charged, I think.
Definitely. And Vega comes out swinging here with some big environmental claims.
Like what?
Like saying animal agriculture produces more greenhouse gases than all transportation combined.
Wow. That's a huge claim.
It is. And also that forests fall for your burgers, leading to this idea that the future has to be plant-powered for planetary survival.
Any specific examples?
Yeah, Vega mentions a stat. Replacing meat with lentils can cut associated emissions by up to 90%. That's a very specific, impactful number.
90%.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
It frames it as a clear choice for the environment.
It does. It's a strong case for individual action having a massive collective impact.
But Carnix must have a counter to that. It can't be that simple, can it? No, and Carnix offers a more nuanced take. The argument is that ethical meat exists.
What does that mean, ethical meat?
Carnix points to practices like regenerative grazing,
Okay.
where supposedly well-managed livestock can actually improve soil health, maybe even sequester carbon, and things like using the whole animal, zero-waste nose-to-tail cooking, supporting local farms.
Right. So not all meat production is the same factory farm image we might have.
Exactly. Carnix's point is that sustainability isn't about extremes, it's about how meat is produced. It complicates Vega's picture.
So Vega is saying one small shift, big global impact.
Right, urging that widespread change to plant-based.
And Carnix pushes back on the simplicity of that too, doesn't he? With the avocado example.
Ah, yes. That's a great point. Carnix says something like, unless you import avocados year-round from halfway across the planet.
Right. It highlights that plant-based isn't automatically sustainable either. Food miles, water usage for certain crops.
Precisely. It introduces the complexities of global supply chains. It questions whether any diet is perfectly sustainable if it relies on out-of-season produce shipped long distances.
So this round really shows there are no easy answers on the environmental front either.
Not at all. It reveals this complex tangle between our personal choices, farming practices, global trade. It kind of forces you to look beyond the labels of plant-based or meat eater and ask harder questions about where your food actually comes from and how it got to you. True sustainability is complicated.
Definitely feels that way. Okay, and then after these main rounds, they have this sort of quick-fire rebuttal section.
Yeah, the rapid rebuttal. It's punchy.
Mm-hmm.
And it really gets to the heart of their underlying philosophies, I think. Less about facts, more about core beliefs.
So what does Carnix throw out there?
Carnix says things like, I eat ancient tradition, you eat processed soy snacks.
Ouch. Positioning meat as natural and traditional and plant-based as artificial.
Kind of, yeah. And also, flavor comes from fat. Admit it. Really doubling down on that primal sensory aspect being linked to animal products. It's about heritage, perceived authenticity.
And Vega's final shots.
Equally sharp. I eat for the planet, you eat for ego.
Wow. Framing meat eating as selfish.
Pretty much. And then adds, or maybe you're scared veggies might taste better than you thought. Bringing back that idea of fear.
So Vega's framing is about altruism, progress, maybe challenging comfort zones.
Exactly. So these final lines, they're not really arguments anymore, are they? They're statements of identity.
Yeah.
It shows that these food choices, for many people, are deeply tied to their values, their worldview, maybe even their psychological comfort. It's not just a logical calculation of pros and cons. It's about who you are or who you want to be.
That's a really insightful way to put it. It goes so much deeper than just dinner.
It really does.
So wrapping this up, we've kind of navigated this AI debate between Vega, the plant-based powerhouse, and Carnix, the meat-loving maverick. We've seen these two really distinct viewpoints clash over nutrition, taste, the environment, ethics.
Compelling arguments on both sides across the board.
And, we didn't go into this aiming to crown a winner. That wasn't the point.
No, the idea was understanding the landscape of the debate better.
Exactly. This deep dive was really just to help you listening feel a bit more informed about why this topic is so complex, so passionate.
Hopefully, yeah.
So after hearing all this, hearing Vega and Carnix go at it, what really jumps out to you? And maybe think about this, considering those final sharp comments they made about tradition, ego, fear. What assumptions might you yourself be bringing to your own plate every day? Maybe without even realizing it. And yet, how might exploring those assumptions maybe change your next meal? Something to think about.